Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, November the 1st. Podcast landing on the 1st of the month. Let's go. Let's go. Camera's a little crooked today.
Is it crooked?
It's all right.
It's not too bad.
You know, it's a little, well, if you look at, don't look at the ceiling.
Yeah, just
The camera also feels high for some reason.
It feels very high.
Why is it so high? Did it get like magically, are the legs not out all the way? Is that why?
There we go. Is that lower?
Oh, God, look at the lean on that. Look at the lean.
Lean, baby. All right, here we go. Here we go. That's not too bad.
What in the hell is this lean?
That's not too bad.
What? How in the shit?
We're doing it live, guys.
Shaky cam.
Blair Witch.
I'm trying to like see where you are, but you're behind the monitor there.
Oh,
That's close enough.
that's good enough. That's not too bad.
How'd you like my shaky cam skills?
That Blair Witch skill.
Am I? Can I direct a Liam Neeson movie now?
Pretty much.
Liam Neeson jumping the fence. We need 46 cuts and the shakiest camera we can get. Who's got the tremors? Who's got the tremors? Shaky Cam podcast. Yeah, found footage podcast. We're one day late on the found footage though.
Just a little bit.
Halloween was yesterday. The scary stuff is done.
We are here, though. We made it.
Here. We made it. It's episode 81.
81. We got some Retroverses done today.
We did. We did four? Three?
Three.
Four? Three. Three?
Yes.
Three. What game did we not do then?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, we did Michael Jordan.
Alfred Chicken.
Which fire game, by the way.
It's a very, you guys are gonna like. That's the next step. We
That's
just
the next
released
one.
an episode on LAGTV right now.
Yes, so if
after
you're
the
live,
podcast, go watch
Go
it.
watch it. Yeah.
And if you haven't watched it or known about it yet, then go over there and watch it.
Absolutely.
And then the other one was Total Carnage.
Total Carnage. Yeah.
That was it.
I thought I had picked 4 games.
No, it was
though.
3. There was 3. Yeah, it was just 3.
Oh, well, there you go.
So yeah, we did that because we hit $3,500 on the Patreon. So big shout out and thank you to everybody. And then when Adam got here, we dropped $100.
Yes.
And then just before we came live, we went up like 30.
We're up 30. So it's like the stock market right now. You don't know what's going to happen.
You don't know what's going to happen.
People are out there shorting on LAGTV, but don't do it yet.
Don't do it yet. So,
don't do it yet.
If you guys like the Retroversus stuff, make sure to go and check out on Patreon how you guys can support the cause.
Yes.
And look out for those other episodes that are coming. Along with, we're going to be starting to record StarCraft stuff likely next Thursday. So I'll have another video dedicated for that. But all the information is on our Patreon. So if you guys want to send in replays, normal game, when cheese fails, so on and so forth, head on over to patreon.com/LAGTV.
I just noticed something, Jeff.
What did you notice?
Your microphone is somehow feeding both of those things on our audio program right now.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I think they're hearing me, but our audio recording is botched.
Okay.
So just give me a moment.
All right.
I'm going to go rectify that problem.
Do that.
And I'll be right back.
Sure. So, yes, #lag stocks. There you go. It's pretty low right now. The lag stock we reached our peak in LAGTV stock about 4 years ago. If you were an early investor, well, and you got out in 2014, 15, you're laughing. If you held your bag until now, we feel sorry for you. We feel your pain. Adam's got the list of stuff we're going to talk about today. As of right now, Adam is fixing the recording, which will probably end up having to restart the whole thing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, November the 1st, 2018.
Yes.
And we're going to do the softest reset here because for some reason, Audition was only using Jeff's mic for both channels. It's fine.
We got it fixed.
It's fine. This is fine. We're fixed. We're back. What was the recaps? Episode 81. Retroverses, Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City has been released.
Released on LAGTV.
We got 2 more games coming this month for Retroverses.
That's right. And in case you don't know what Retroverses is, it's whenever we're above 3,500 on our Patreon, we continue to record those and release those to everybody via LAGTV or Life's a Glitch, open to the public.
Yes, everyone.
We hit 3,500, so big thank you. So we recorded them, and then we fell down 100. Then we went up 30.
And to make the same joke twice.
It's
like the stock market. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Oh,
man.
So
hey, people are shorting on LAGTV. Hey, don't do it yet.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, that went down. Adam and I now set up the podcast. I just had a quick little bite to eat, and now we're ready to get into the news. What's going on?
It's gaming news. Good news is that there is actual news this week.
Good.
The last 2 weeks, dead. This week, we actually have some stuff to talk about.
All right.
So let's get right in it. First up, Mr. Black.
Yes, sir.
Well, first of all, how was your week? Just real quick. We didn't even do the week. We didn't even do the week update. How was your week?
My week has been interesting.
Okay.
But overall, it wasn't bad.
Okay.
I've been playing some games that we'll talk about
later on.
So Red Dead, I played.
The horror game was bad.
The horror game that I played yesterday was terrible.
Yes.
And I even dipped into a little bit of Magic the Gathering. So we'll talk about that.
I noticed a little bit more hair on your neck than usual.
Yeah, there is a little bit more hair on my neck than usual.
The magic's getting to you already.
Magic is getting... It's getting to me already.
The neckbeard's coming.
Kayla's getting more and more pregnant.
Okay.
So that's happening.
Yep.
And sex is starting to get a little weird.
Okay, it's getting a little. Is it starting to get like there's only 3 different like?
It's
positions.
It's getting weird, and I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to enjoy it.
Oh, is it the weird in? I feel like is it the classic dad thing where it's like I don't.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm getting a little too close to my soon-to-be child.
Yes, and yeah. Anyway, without giving too much detail, it's getting weird. It's getting weird.
Fair ball.
So
fair ball.
That's happening.
Yeah, fair ball.
So that's been my week. How's your week?
Great. My week was another week where I noticed that the website that I've been I put on hold forever while we were redoing the technical alpha stuff. I went back just to pop in and do some updates and like WordPress updates and stuff. Website's broken right now for some reason. I have no idea why. So I've got to try to figure that out. I have a friend of Gab's who is helping program something for the site right now. So that kind of got started. And then other than that, it's just been streaming when I have an opportunity because I went through like a 2-week period where I wasn't able to do too much streaming. So I've been catching up with that. And that's just been Black Ops Blackout mode, which, by the way, is a hot, steaming pile of mediocrity sprinkled with bullshit. And then played a bunch more Overwatch as a replacement for that.
I saw you playing that.
Yeah, which is... You know I'm desperate because nobody watches Overwatch. And even if you're a god, nobody watches you.
Nobody cares.
So my numbers will literally go like cut in half or a third switching to Overwatch.
Yeah.
And I'm not like a shitty Overwatch player. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But
it's just the way it is.
Again, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It's just not a game people like watching.
That's just the way it is.
Exactly. So did that. Played some... Left 4 Dead 2 on Halloween. Played a little bit of that for a bit until the servers that Valve was randomly assigning us.
Yeah, I saw that too. Actually, the all Steam went down as well.
That happened too at one point. Yeah. Steam just died.
Yeah, so that went down. Speaking of Left 4 Dead, we're going to be doing a sponsored segment.
Yes.
With a game that is very very similar to Left 4 Dead called Earthfall.
Yes.
So Saturday night and Sunday night, you and I are going to collab together via Streaming World.
We're going to be playing some.
And we're going to be playing some. And in case you guys can't make it to mine or Adam's stream during that time, which will probably be right around this time, 8 p.m. or 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern.
Somewhere in there.
We're going to have a couple of videos post up on YouTube.
Yes.
So we'll make sure it's the best stuff, and then you can watch it via the VOD.
All of it's the best. We don't produce not the best.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Our stock says differently.
Hey,
but
look.
hey.
Hey.
Sure. So-
Elon Musk is suffering the stock
that's
right
right.
now too.
That's
So
right.
like if he can suffer, we can suffer too.
That's right.
Game news: Trion Worlds, who, if I don't know, Arcage, the MMO, if you've heard of it.
No.
Rift.
Oh. Arcage.
Well, no, different game.
Oh, I'm thinking
Yeah.
Arc the Lad.
Yeah, no, not Arc the Lad. No,
Okay.
no. That would be a good video game. Well, I shouldn't say Arcage is not terrible, but anyway, they mostly produce MMOs almost exclusively. They have over the years, so they came under fire apparently not long ago for like a lawsuit under fire for something along the lines of false advertising.
Okay.
And I think it had to do with some loot boxes. Since that's been a hot button topic in the legal world of video games.
The gambling of video games.
Gamblings and stuff. And so they came under fire for that. And their solution to this problem, Jeff, was in like 24 hours, fire everyone, dissolve the company, and sell what was left like in like this tiny ass window to some other company. Closed her down, and now the court's going,
Oh, some shady.
Fuck.
Some shady shit was going down when that
if you
happens, right?
fold the company that quick and
Yeah.
sell it that quick,
Yeah,
it's
you
want
want
to
you want to get your money out,
you're getting out of there.
and you're getting the fuck out of Dodge before you get sued,
Yes.
and you lose all your money.
Yeah, you fucked up. So they went ham with it. So they're getting out of there with it. It's just, you're likely going to see more of this shit with the loot box stuff because as more and more countries start to put, or crack down on loot boxes, especially paid loot boxes, and not showing the percentages of getting things and all that gambling-ish kind of stuff, you're going to see more and more companies that are smaller ones like this just give up, get the fuck out, and walk away because it's going to cost them a fortune in legal fees.
Hell yeah.
To try and fight it.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that went that way. So bye, Trion Worlds.
Bye-bye.
It was nice having you. And I'm sure some of your IPs that you sold off to some other company will be used eventually, but that happened. TwitchCon was this past weekend.
Yes.
And
BlizzCon is this weekend.
And BlizzCon is this weekend. It's the con time. Lots of cons happening. A few updates coming through Twitch, or to Twitch that they announced during the keynote there. We'll talk about a couple of the big ones. I'm sure you saw some of these pop up in your timeline or people talking about them. First up that we'll talk about, let's talk about squad streams.
Yeah, I saw that.
Squad streams. So squad streams, if you don't know what it is, it sounds exactly what it is. Literal definition. It's
4 streams in one.
4 streams in one.
It's like multi-streaming.
It is like multi-streaming, but you see it all in, the
and then you can click on, I think, on the thing to bring up the new big one. Yeah.
It's like Google it's like Google Plus chat.
Yeah.
Except for streams.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
It's a cool idea.
What's your take on that?
It's a cool idea. I know Mixer was doing it.
Yeah, Mixer was the first to do that.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea. I think it's great, especially now since battle royales are so popular. And people like, you'll see people like Ninja and, I don't know, say Dr. Disrespect or something team up, or whoever. And you'll have fans watch both on different monitors. And I mean, most gamers now have multi monitors.
Yeah,
it's like
two
it's
is
at
like
least the minimum now.
Yeah.
Like if you're still rocking one monitor, you're basically it's like running dial-up internet at this point. We're almost there.
We're
almost there.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
For the gaming segment.
For the
anyway.
gaming segment.
For the
For the gaming
anyway.
segment.
2 monitors seems to be the show.
Yeah. So what's nice now is people are going to be able to have them all up on one screen.
Yes.
I don't know if they can choose which chat they listen to. They can watch as well. So I don't know if it's just the chat of the main person you're watching.
They already have rooms, right?
Yeah.
Which they added ages ago. I've never personally made use of it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to assume perhaps they're going to integrate it with that, where it will just be in the drop down in which chat you're paying attention to.
Yeah.
I guess it's that.
Either way, hey, listen, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's not going to really affect what I do unless you and I are playing a game together.
Yeah, something like this weekend when we're both streaming.
Yes.
Is
it available
together.
now already?
No, I want to say most of the stuff's probably January that it's coming.
Okay.
I could be wrong on that.
Yeah.
It could be even later for this because this is a pretty big feature.
Yeah.
But I think at least a couple of the features they've announced were January for release.
So I think that's cool. There's I don't know. There's a couple of problems. And they're not even problems. They're just my concerns. The biggest concern is Twitch's servers, right?
Yes.
Twitch's servers are absolutely since the beginning of summer.
Yeah.
It quite literally, I think, is the worst it's ever been.
I've been saying the last 2 months for so long that I don't think I realize it's actually been like 6 months.
It's been since the beginning of summer.
Yeah.
So I'm nervous that it's gonna create more bandwidth problems because now you're gonna be running 4 different streams. I'm not sure how they're gonna be doing it, or up to 4.
Yeah.
And then on top of that is not everybody's using the same delay. Now there are people that have like. There's like a little beta version they have where you can do like almost no delay, where it's almost instant.
Yes.
And then there's the regular version that most people are using.
Yes.
That there's like a little mini delay. There's like anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds. Between. So depending on what's actually going on, you might not actually see the same sort of thing at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You might like one screen.
I don't
might
even know
be,
how Mixer handled that because there's a couple of things at play with that concern. Right. The first thing is not my usual sitting position. The first thing is like you're mentioning this Twitch's side, right?
Yeah.
Which the processing of that streamer's video and the sending out of that video, and then there's the streamer side, which is how long it takes their content to even reach Twitch's servers.
That's right.
And buffer before Twitch takes it over. So there's multiple points of discrepancy before shit gets changed up.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Twitch has some ideas of bringing it as close as you can.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're ever going to get to a point where it's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
But it will be interesting to see how close they can get it.
Because it'll look weird. So say if we're playing together, we're playing Black Ops.
Yeah.
And we get into a fight.
Yeah.
And on my stream, the fight is ended. And on your stream, you've got 5 to 6 seconds to wait. You're going to be watching one thing happen, or you're going to get spoiled on one thing and then not on the other.
Yeah.
So that might, and then also if there's multi-chats, you're going to see one chat react immediately and then one figuring out what's going on. So without talking about that too much, that's my biggest concern is sort of how all that's going to run. But beyond that, hey, more things is better. I just wish Twitch, once again, without getting too hashing and shitting on Twitch, I just wish they would fix their servers and make sure the site is running well before they keep implementing new things that are obviously going to put another damper on the servers one way or another. But it's a good thing.
Maybe this doesn't hamper the servers. Maybe this is more of just the like Twitch API like front end stuff. Maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't affect the back end so much.
It's possible.
We'll find out anyway. It's coming eventually. We'll see how it all pans out. I'm sure there's going to be lots of Fortnite duos and teams and CS:GO teams and like any team-based esport. If people are playing together, it's a great opportunity for them to do that stuff. So I'm sure we're going to see lots of people adopt it, and we'll see how it actually unfolds. I just haven't spent enough time on Mixer to see how well it's worked for them. I just know that they've done it since basically day one. It was one of their core differentiators, other than the like 0.2 of a second delay that they're running over there, some crazy amount of low latency. So that's that one. They also had announced a host of updated moderator tools, stuff like seeing how long somebody's been on the site, how many times they've been timed out or banned, stuff like that. So it keeps a record almost.
That's good.
So that moderators can make maybe some more informed decisions. Like, do we really need to give this guy
another chance,
5 chances, or do we just get rid of him now? So that's good. Then they have the Twitch VIP, which is basically the streamer, I guess, gets to choose. I'm not sure how many people they can choose, but they can choose VIPs so they can get benefits perhaps of a sub or something similar without having to have.
I think they'll be able to talk in like sub only mode
and
things like that. So you can
yeah.
give sort of VIPs to maybe to loyal
just
viewers
can't afford
that
to
they
sub,
can't afford to sub or whatever, but you still want them to feel
And
part of the
and
thing.
still want, which
Which is great.
I think every community has people that are like that. They can't afford
Absolutely.
it, but they're there like more than anyone else anyway.
I have mods that are there all the time. They might not
Exactly.
be able to afford to donate or sub or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're
there constantly.
They're there constantly, and they're a great member of the community.
Yeah.
So they deserve to have.
So I like
the perks.
I like that update quite a bit. I think that's quite cool.
Yep.
Nothing really bad to say, but the only backfire thing there is depending on who you're giving it or how many people you give it out to, then it becomes a game of people in the community going, well, why don't I have VIP?
So,
I've been here just as long as insert this person, name.
I think it's a cool thing to give as giveaways, or like if you have some sort of competition or whatever, then you can hand those out to winners, and you can even reset them after a while, right? So you can say, this month I'm going to give 10 lucky people or whatever, or supporters, people that are around the most, a VIP. And on Nightbot's back end, you can actually see who's chatting the most, who's spending the most time in your chat.
They keep
track of a lot of that stuff, so you can even give that to the people that are most interactive with your chat and stuff like that, and give them back. So
absolutely,
either way, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
No, I
Thumbs
like
up
it
for that.
I like it. And then there was another one here. What was it? It was Twitch Sings. They're doing like a karaoke, like a permanent karaoke thing. This is right up your alley, Mr. Black. You can sing.
Is this my claim to fame again?
This is how you. This is
how
you
I get back
in.
Is that how I get back?
You get to sing "Hero" for everyone now. Well, actually, I don't know about that because
Tell me about this. I have not heard about this.
So the library, I don't know. It's the Twitch. Twitch gets the library of songs, so I don't know what's going to be there.
Okay.
But to my understanding,
okay,
it'll be an entire segment, of its own, little genre thing of its own on Twitch. They're going to give you a library of songs to do karaoke with, and there'll be chat-based interaction things like Bits can like do light shows and silly like interactive things and whatnot, and that's basically it. It's just it's karaoke. It's like permanent karaoke.
Oh man, I'm gonna be all.
So I'm
gonna be all over that. I'm gonna bring out my auto tuners. I'm gonna be fucking.
You're gonna be. This is rep your alley. I don't know when it launches, but that's the thing that's
Master
coming as well.
Exploder in the chainmail for everybody.
Yeah. Hey, it made you money 5 years ago.
Yeah. Does this? Do you do this on your own channel? Or?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just something that you choose, and then I think the interactions and stuff will just be based on if you're slotted into that segment and you're actively playing it.
So is it going to be a category as well on Twitch?
I think so.
Oh, okay, that's
fine. I don't know if it's who knows? I don't know, because they changed all that shit, so I don't know exactly how they're going to slot it in. All I know is basically it's Twitch karaoke. If you want to boil it down to something, you'll be able to find out. They probably have a blog post about it.
I'm going to check it out after this.
Twitch karaoke. There you go.
Perfect.
There you go. So you got some Twitch updates that happen. It looks like Red Dead Redemption 2 might be on PC sooner than people had thought. It's possible.
Okay.
Some files and some things have been dug up, and basically it's people doing the classic internet, private investigator and detective work. And it looks like they already it looks like there are things in place to already allow it to kind of happen, which is not shocking, obviously. But it looks like possibly if we can believe the man himself, Mr. Michael Pachter, who's been right about his predictions 3 times in his entire career, but maybe this is number 4. He's guessing April 2019.
That'd be dope.
I could see it, a spring release.
Yep.
I could see it making sense, but I feel like that's too soon. I feel like Rockstar definitely wants to double dip on this shit hard. I'm positive that they are hoping that people get FOMO and they buy it in on the console.
And they buy it on the PC.
And then they're going to buy it on the PC because they really want it on the PC, but they didn't want to wait and get spoiled or anything else, and so they bought it on the console to play it on the console, but they're ultimately going to buy it on the PC. Yeah. And so I don't know if April is a long enough window. I mean, that's like, what, close 6 months from its release? No, well, yeah. What? November, December, January. Yeah, it's 6 months.
6 months.
So he's giving it a 6 month window.
Yeah.
I would hazard a guess it could be like
year?
End of 2019.
Next 2019.
Yeah, like a October, November of 2019. I could see that personally, but maybe the pack.
We'll see.
Maybe the pack is right. And also, he's very, he's a very brave individual. He's taking a stab that this game will also show up on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Scarlet when they're released, the next generation of consoles.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can actually see that.
That's why I said it was brave. It's like the odds of it not being the case.
Yeah,
pretty slim.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be one of the selling points for the new generation console.
Because it's the consoles, it will be one of the graphical flagships. It already looks great on PlayStation 4. It looks for a console unbelievable on the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
And the PC, PC is going to be stupid looking. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they can even have that pitch that like you can now have the PC experience,
full experience
on the next generation console, right?
On the next gen consoles, yeah. So I suspect that is definitely going to be the case. But I've seen Gabs play a little bit of it. I've seen the same fucking horse video on Twitter about 101,000 times. It still doesn't look like a particularly entertaining game after the first 15, 20 hours to me.
I've played. I only played it one night so far. I'm going to continue. Played it for about 6 hours.
Mm-hmm. What's your first take? The first 6 hours. What's the 6 hour take? Because that's a pretty good chunk of time to give a game.
Yeah.
So 6 hours.
It's really slow. It's a very, very slow paced game, but that's also not a bad thing for this game.
Yeah.
It's like the game doesn't need to be fast paced because, and for the first time in a long time, maybe it's just because it's so slow paced that I'm actually taking my time. So like, if I'm riding out in the woods and I see a bear or I see a person that said, "Hey, help me," I'll go over and talk to them and shit. And I'll look at the surroundings and there might be like an old beat up wagon and some shit I can pick up. That's really cool. The problem is it does get a little, especially like I played a game of poker and it's so slow. Like your guy will literally shuffle the deck and then hand out the cards and then a guy will bet, and
it's
then
like
he'll
they're doing
do
the real time all the time.
It's what it is. Yeah, there's very little bit that you can skip. Same with like cooking food and skinning animals. It's the same thing over and over. It's cool the first few times you see it, and then after that you're like, "Holy shit!"
Fears that I had.
Like, speed it up, please.
Yeah.
I almost have enough to do fast travel now, so you can upgrade your camp, so to speak, and you can earn money that you get from thieving or skinning and selling or whatever. And then you can upgrade. You can contribute to your camp. The more you contribute, there's different levels to different things.
Right.
And one of them is fast travel. So as of right now, whenever I'm doing a quest, I have to like gallop on my horse for literally 10 minutes.
Yeah.
To get to a spot and then come all the way back. But when you get fast travel, you'll be able to go to your camp quickly whenever you want.
Okay.
So I think that'll speed things up a little bit as well. The beginning is very slow, but there's a lot of cinematic stuff. There's a lot of story that they're trying to go through, which isn't anything groundbreaking. Honestly, I was expecting voice acting is great. I mean, that's what you can expect from a Rockstar game.
That was a no-brainer.
But so far, the story itself isn't all that captivating. It's fine. It's serviceable. It doesn't make you want to turn the game off, but it's not like The Last of Us where you're just like you're really invested and you're and it's also because it's so slow that it takes a while for you to get to the next.
Do you feel like
thing.
all of the almost everything you've said up to this point, you've literally hit on every concern down to talking about it being cool to see the skinning the first couple times, and then all of a sudden it's I just want to fucking skin this animal. I don't really need to see this animation again.
Yeah.
My other concern was that there was so much shit available, whether it's an entertaining thing or not entertaining, in between main points that you're doing in the story, that it kind of gets in the way of itself. Like it doesn't allow the story or the characters to feel like things are progressing at a good pace.
It really all depends on how much of that you want to do.
Yeah.
Like if you're the type of guy that cannot physically run past somebody that's screaming for your help, then you're going to get sidetracked quite a bit.
Yeah.
But it's also they also don't put, when you're just doing the quest line, they don't put too much in the way. So like it's more of like finding things as you're going around discovering the world and you're going around. And then when you finish doing a quest and you're in a town, that's when you can start like talking to random people and then there's these side quests that come up. That's what gets into it. But when you're just doing the campaign, so far, I'm only 6 hours in.
Yeah.
When you're just doing the campaign, it's pretty focused on just the campaign, which is good. So, no. To answer your question fully, no, there isn't so much that it gets in the way. But even the story and the stuff in between, it's so long and, like, there's not a lot that really goes on. That it still feels like you're kind of I'm 11% done the game right now, in 6 hours, which, you know, is quite a bit of percentage considering only 6 hours of gameplay.
That gives you.
But I've been
the
also
rough estimate of 60-ish hours.
But I've also been doing a lot of the quests. I've done a
Yeah.
few side things, but mainly just questing.
Yeah.
I would say there's probably going to be 30, 40 hours of actual physical quest. And then you've got, you know, all the other stuff. And there's a lot of stuff, man. Even all the quests that you do, there's bronze, silver, and gold. So you'll do a quest, and then you can redo it to time crunch, and it'll break down, kill or get 8 headshots out of the group of guys you're killing.
Okay, yeah.
Get from this point to this point in under a minute. And if you do some of them, you'll get a silver medal. If you do all of them, you get a gold. If you barely do it, you'll get a bronze.
Right.
So you can go back and redo them and try and then get 100%. Yeah, get better and better. So there's a ton of shit you can do in it. Overall, it's good. It's fun. I enjoyed the 6 hours. I look forward to playing more of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like chomping at the bit to get to it, but when I sit down and do it, it's one of those games that you want to sit down and you want to get into it. This isn't a game that you're on your phone, like scrolling through whatever, or you need to really get invested into the game.
Watching it reminds me. It looks like Rockstar wanted to break away a bit from the Grand Theft Auto formula and found themselves somewhere in the land of Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. It's in that realm where they want you to get lost in this world, and they want you to discover it how you want to discover it.
Yeah,
and that's pretty cool. I will say that I've died in really weird places, like it just doesn't make sense, and I have ran into that thing where they don't want you to do certain things, and when you do it, you automatically like get killed or wasted or whatever.
Talked about the guy you watch stream and have that kind of situation.
So that does happen a few times. So you can kind of see where the game is like, no, don't do that, or don't kill that person.
So they do. It's closer to Elder Scrolls than Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
But they definitely have some walls in place to make sure that you do what they want you to do.
Yeah.
Instead of doing something real stupid.
And the most disappointing thing in the game that I've gotten so far, it's not the story, it's not the look. It looks incredible. The story is more than serviceable. It's better than 95% of the games out there. It is the actual gameplay. It is clunky. When you're fighting, a lot
of people telling me the controls are bad.
The controls are bad. When you're fighting, there's a lock-on button. So what you do is you never really are just pointing your gun and shooting people because it's so slow and clunky that like you'll miss. What you got to do is you got to hit, I don't even know what button it is, but I think it's right trigger or something.
Yeah.
You hit right trigger and he pulls out his gun and it'll automatically snap to the closest enemy.
Okay.
And then you immediately shoot. And then you do it again and it'll go to the next guy and you shoot, and you do it again and you shoot. So you're not really holding out your gun and aiming like you would Call of Duty. In order to like really be effective, you gotta like draw your weapon. It'll auto aim almost. And then you shoot them. Right. And then you do it again. You shoot them, and you can even do that as they're running. So if they're like running away from you, and you're like fuck, and you try and like aim.
You're not even fast enough to keep up.
You're not even fast enough to keep up. So you have to click that trigger.
Yeah.
And it'll like auto aim on the guy that's running, and then you fire immediately and you'll hit him.
So do you do like, apparently Gab's saying you can turn that off, but
don't turn it off.
But are you
don't turn that off.
Well, assuming
it could be a bad time.
Assuming that if you turn that off, there isn't a way to speed up your reticle. If there was a way to speed up your reticle, maybe you could do that. But if you can't, then that sounds terrible. But do you do like a snap-on and then like you can make a little adjustment once you're there.
Oh yeah, you can. You can make an adjustment.
I was gonna say, like, if you're talking about headshots and stuff earlier, I'm like, how in the hell are you supposed to what's determining a headshot if you're just snapping on targets?
Yeah, no.
No. So it just gets you really close.
It gets you on.
Oh, okay, and then you can do the rest.
But then you got to move up maybe a little bit to get the head.
Oh, okay.
But it basically it's almost like an aim sort of at the chest, right?
Okay.
And then you can shoot. And then, of course, you've got, like, the slow-motion shit where you can, click on multiple people and stuff. So,
yeah.
But overall, really, the gameplay is, like, probably the worst part of it.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, actually moving around. Like,
I mean, what you're describing is pretty similar to the Grand Theft Auto's console controls.
Yeah.
But I mean, that doesn't mean they couldn't have changed it. I don't know why. Like, I don't know if it's just because it's, like, built into the engines that they use and they don't want to take the time to change it or what, but that sounds
But anyway, enough about that. It's a good game. Is it the fucking perfect game that everybody or that some of the critics are saying? Not in my opinion.
I didn't think that was the case.
It's definitely a breath of fresh air. It's nice to have the game. It's definitely fun, but it is not this religious experience that some of these reviewers are either getting paid to say or they're extremely biased, right?
Like, what else isn't a religious experience, Jeff?
What?
The list of games on the PlayStation Mini.
I'm gonna get that up because they're bad. Bro.
Oh
my god!
You want to just let's. So leading up to this, everyone was sitting there going, when we talked about it on the podcast, I think you made the assumption that they were only releasing a couple of the games, and then they were waiting to see what the community feedback was so that they could choose, what the community was talking about.
Yep.
To choose the best games to fill out the rest of the list, which I would have loved if that was the case. I would have been thrilled because that sounds like a great idea, some intelligent marketing. We didn't get that.
No.
We didn't get close to that.
No.
What we got was a swift kick in the testicles and a reminder that PlayStation intends to basically do a remake of every major title that we would have wanted to probably see on this thing. And instead of it showing up there, you're going to end up paying for it down the road as some sort of remake or update. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The full shebang.
There's some good games.
Yes.
There's like 6 games on here that people are going to play.
I'll see which. I'll start while I'm reading them off. I'll put up a finger for which ones I think actually matter in this list. All right. Battle Arena Toshinden, Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy VII, Grand Theft Auto, Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Driller, Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, Rayman, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Revelations Persona, Ridge Racer Type 4, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal,
Wild Arms.
And Wild Arms. I'm somewhere between 6 and 8, depending.
I got 8 if you want to count Twisted Metal.
I'm on the fence about some
I was
of them.
hoping Twisted Metal 2 was going to come out because it's better than Twisted Metal 1. And to be honest, the 8 games that I picked, for each individual person, they're only going to play 2 or 3 of those. We'll say 3 of those, right?
They're games that definitely could have been on a list and it would have been fine. I mean, how many rounds of Cool Borders are you going to play?
Not much.
Final Fantasy VII shouldn't... I know I counted Final Fantasy VII. Can I be real? Shouldn't even be on this fucking list.
Really?
How many fucking ways can you already play Final Fantasy VII? Why is it on this list?
Well, I feel
is
like...
somebody going to choose, of all the ways that they can play Final Fantasy VII, this is the fucking one that they're going to choose?
As of right now, it might be. Because it's HDMI, you just plug and go.
But it's already available for download on every major fucking console, on the PC, on my cell phone.
Yeah, that's
If I get it on my fridge at home, I could probably fucking download and play it on my fridge. Like, shit's everywhere. It's like Skyrim. It's fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
And so why waste a spot? I guess it's there because if it's not there, then people go, why is it not there?
Yeah. I don't think it's a wasted spot by any means. Yeah, no, I'm very disappointed with the list. There's no Spyro on there. I'm happy that
Well,
there's.
Spyro's getting a full remake right now.
That's true.
And it's releasing this month.
Okay, maybe that's why.
So that's
they didn't
why
put
it's
it on.
not there. Crash got a complete
Crash,
remake, the whole thing.
That's right. That's maybe why that's not
That's
there.
also not there for that reason. But I mean, like, it's just, I don't know. I'm between 6 and 8, and some of them I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about Final Fantasy 7. I'm on the fence about Oddworld as like a hit or miss.
Super Puzzle Fighter 2.
Rayman is
what the
on
fuck
there.
is that, man? Intelligent Cube.
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo is a good video game. I just don't know like if that needed to be in the list. I don't know. It's tough, but like some of these are really like Driller and Jumping Flash and somebody in the comments are going to be like, I love Jumping Flash. Intelligent Cube was my greatest game.
Okay, so we've got the games here.
Yeah.
Here's the biggest problem for me.
Yeah.
It's $100,
It's
right?
steep.
You know,
that's US.
Yes. If there was say 20 games, you know, here NES Classic right here behind us, 30 games. SNES is how many games on this one? I haven't even opened it yet. Actually, I did open it. I think I played. I don't know. It doesn't even say.
I can't remember how many games. I think it's 30 as well, isn't it? 20 or 30 anyway.
Yeah, there's quite a. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's 20 games on this.
Yeah.
Plus you get the Star Fox 2 that was never released.
Yes.
But I want you
How
to
much did that cost?
$100.
Canadian.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's $30 cheaper.
Yeah.
Than the PlayStation one.
Yeah. So I think with tax it was $115.
Okay, because then okay, so it's $30
It's
cheaper.
$30 cheaper.
Yeah.
But listen to this, okay? I want you to listen to the quality.
This list is a different list. All right, so just to refresh people's memories.
Yeah.
Battle Arena Toshinden, Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy 7, Grand Theft Auto, Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Driller, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, Rayman, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Revelations Persona, Ridge Racer Type 4, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms.
Yeah.
And now here's the list we got on the Super Nintendo.
So this is the Super Nintendo, okay? Contra 3. Donkey Kong Country.
Okay.
Earthbound.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 3.
Yep.
F-Zero.
Fire.
Kirby's Dream Course.
Yep.
Kirby's Superstar.
Yep.
X-Men X, or Mega Man X.
Yep.
Secret of Mana.
Let's go.
Star Fox.
Fire.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Fire.
Castlevania 4.
Yep.
Super Ghosts and Ghouls.
Yep.
Super Mario Kart.
Let's go.
Super Mario RPG.
Absolutely.
Super Mario World.
Yep.
Super Metroid.
Let's fucking go.
Super Punch-Out.
Let's double fucking go.
The Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. Yoshi's Island.
Okay.
And the unreleased Star Fox 2. I want you... The worst game on this damn list is probably...
The Star Fox 2.
The Star Fox... It's the damn extra game they're throwing in.
It's the extra game is probably the weakest on that list.
I mean, the list is not even comparable. It's literally not
it's
even...
$30 cheaper.
It's not even...
It comes with 2 controllers. How many controllers does this one come with?
I don't know. I think probably 2. It better come with 2.
I hope so.
Yes, it comes with 2.
Okay.
So, you know,
Damn.
it just goes to show. I'm not even gonna list off the 30 games that is on the NES. 95%. You know what? Fuck it. The NES Mini,
which is even cheaper.
Even cheaper.
That was
this was
$80.
$80
Canadian.
$80 Canadian, and twice the amount of games. Right?
Yeah.
30 games.
Here we go.
All right. Balloon Fight. Bubble Bobble.
Oh, Balloon Fight. Stop there.
I
pay $80 for Balloon Fight.
Bubble Bobble. Castlevania. Castlevania 2. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Jr.
Yep.
Double Dragon 2.
Oh.
Dr. Mario.
Yes.
Excite Bike.
Fire.
Final Fantasy.
Let's go.
Galaga.
Oh.
Ghosts and Goblins. Gradius. I don't think I've ever played that.
Fire.
Oh, that's the space one, right?
Yeah.
That's fire.
Gradius is fire.
Ice Climber.
Oh,
Kid Icarus.
yeah.
Kirby's Adventure. Mario Bros.
Yep.
Mega Man 2.
Yep.
Metroid.
Yep.
Ninja Gaiden.
Oh,
Pac-Man. Punch Out.
hitting it.
Star Tropics.
Yep.
Super C.
Yes.
That's Contra.
Yep.
Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh.
Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl's fire.
The Legend of Zelda.
Oh.
And Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link.
Which, coincidentally, the last on the list, also the weakest.
Also the weakest. That's the Nintendo.
Holy shit.
I mean, you just look at the difference between the game. Like,
and it's not that PlayStation doesn't have a list of fire games.
Look at the fucking...
You've got endless fire.
I don't know. You guys can't see it from Adam, but under the N64 stuff, there is fucking fire. So much so, I'm
Just take some random... We're going to make our own. We're going to make our own.
A random stack.
We're going to make our own.
I'm going to... Just a random stack of games, and I'm already going to find games on here that are better...
We're just going to make our own PlayStation Mini right now on the fly.
That are better than the shit.
We're just going to go through some. We're going to put it in a pile. All right?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is just a random stack.
We're going to go... We're basically the same stack.
Go
All right, one for one.
One for one.
What
Okay,
do you
this is
got?
trash.
All right,
trash. This is trash.
No.
All right.
No.
All right. Gran Turismo.
No.
All right. Already better than a lot of the games that are on there.
Yes.
Gran
Grand Theft Auto is on the original list. We're going to put that in there.
Okay.
Because it should be there.
I don't know about Driver 2.
No.
Not this one.
Cool Borders 2.
Yeah,
It's already on there, and we're going to put it in there.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good one.
Because that was definitely...
So, a game that I haven't played that many people love, Lunar.
Yes, sure.
It's supposed to be fire.
Jeopardy. Alex Trebek. No, I'm joking. I'm not...
Don't do that. All right. Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
Why do we not have Resident Evil 2? We have Resident Evil Director's Cut, but why not 2?
Pick one of the fucking Tomb Raiders and put it on there.
So there's Director's Cut.
How in the... there you go.
How is not Tomb Raider on there?
How the fuck is Tomb Raider not... I'm putting all three of these bitches in here.
You know what? Get rid of Final Fantasy VII and give me 8.
Yes. There you go.
Give me 8.
The fucking black friggin' the duckling of the family for some reason. Dude, you have so many. Oh, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3.
Yeah, I just went over another Tony Hawk's. This is all trash here. Dude, I remember playing this demo so fucking much. Does anybody else remember this demo, this 2-ball demo?
2-ball?
Yeah, you don't remember that shit? Dude, I can see Parasite Eve down there. Why isn't Parasite Eve on there?
Bro.
Where's Silent Hill?
Dino Crisis!
Dino Crisis! Where in the fuck
It's
is
in! It's in!
Dino Crisis?
Dino Crisis is in! Legend of fucking Dragoon!
Yes.
In!
Yes.
Metal Gear Solid!
Yes. Chrono Cross! Why isn't that in there?
Chrono Cross! Put it in! What else we got? Fucking Gauntlet.
This is what I want to do to Sony's goddamn PlayStation thing. I just want to use my gauntlet and just fucking blow it up and disintegrate it. We're literally grabbing just about every...
This is the dumbest shit we've ever... All right, what else we got in here? Spyro. I don't care if they're doing a remake. It's fucking Spyro.
Spyro in there. Jesus.
That's more of a reason. It's free advertising, for God's sake.
Is that another Driver 2?
That is another Driver 2. It's Greatest Hits version. I don't know.
Okay.
Twisted Metal, Cool Borders 3, Xeno, no. Or you could put any of the Final Fantasies. You could put 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
Honestly, it should probably have 7, 8, and 9.
7, 8, 9. Just throw them on there.
I'm going to put them in there.
You know what? Just chuck them in.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, they're better than Driller.
Apparently,
and
Driller
Jumping
has a big, big following in Japan.
Oh, apparently so does Final Fantasy. I don't know. Apparently, Final Fantasy has a big following in Japan.
Yeah, it's got a big following and everything. All right, what else we got here?
And why are they just giving us 15 games? Jesus.
I want Galarians in there.
Shit, dude. This game is...
Release me, Jeff. I want to be fucking free.
Bro, we need to fucking play this
Release me.
Dude, we need to fucking do a playthrough.
You got
of this
two
game.
Gran Turismos. We're doing you a favor right now, bro.
Yeah.
I think this one's empty, though.
Okay.
Another Driver 2. Where the fuck you getting all these Driver 2s?
I have no idea. There's a lot of Driver 2s.
Sporting them.
Yo, this game, Galarians, is fire, dude.
That game under the fucking yes. Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, that's a fun one. That's a fun one. I actually played this on my Game Boy SP. So right there, guys. So there it is.
Here we go. Let me give me this.
This is already a better list.
Give me this. We don't even have 30 games here. We're about to take this up a whole different notch. All right, here we go. Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy 9. Final Fantasy 8 is also in there. Jeff has Musashi on here. Spyro, Chrono Cross, Metal Gear, Legend of Dragoon, Dino Crisis,
yes.
Tony Hawk. I'm going to say this is representative of Tony Hawk 2 because I think Tony Hawk 2 is better.
Fucked up that Dino Crisis is not on this list.
Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, where is Tomb Raider?
Resident Evil 1 and 2. Lunar. Cool Borders 2. Grand Theft Auto. Gran Turismo 2. We don't even, and this is just from what Jeff's got sitting here.
This is what I got sitting here behind us.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's crazy.
That's only 18. We got 12 more spots.
There's Metal Gear Solid in this list.
Yes.
Yeah, there's okay, yeah. So at least they have Metal Gear for Jesus.
We got 18 spots filled. We got 12 more to go, and we don't even have them here.
It's craziness.
Silent Hill definitely needs to be in that friggin' list.
Yep.
What an absolute shit. There you go. That's ours.
Gong show.
Buy it soon for fucking
Half the price.
half the price. What an absolute shit show. Silent Hill 2, although Silent Hill 2 was PlayStation 2, not PlayStation 1.
Well, put on
Silent Hill 1.
Why isn't Dino Crisis? Like,
Dino Crisis for sure.
I
That's
don't even know
some shit.
what they're smoking. Legend of Dragoon, like, come on, man.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty bad. Pretty fucking bad. Anyway, what's next?
Anyway, that's what we got. There you go. You got our list in the bag. And yes, we know licensing fees are expensive. Fucking figure it out.
Well, you know what?
They've got them half of these are already like re-released
It's
and
fucking Sony. I don't care how much it costs.
do it.
If you're gonna put out a mini, put out a good one.
Yeah, don't put
You're
up this
competing
half-ass
against
shit.
Nintendo that went fucking ham on their shit. They didn't wait till Nintendo comes out with the 64 mini. They're gonna put fire after fire after fire after fire, and we're gonna have these little tiny mini N64 controllers that are gonna be fire. I guarantee it, dude. They're gonna have all of the fire on there, all of it. They're gonna have all of it.
That is some painful shit. Painful shit. Let me tell you. All right, Nintendo Direct. There was a 40-minute Nintendo Direct, and nobody cares about anything other than the fact that it was just laden with Smash Bros. Content. We're gonna break it down to the most important thing. We got Spirit Mode, which is like the additive single-player experience. I'm gonna be real with you, Jeff. I don't know if it's because I'm old now or what, but it confuses the fuck. This game, I don't understand what the fuck Smash Brothers is anymore. This game has got so many layers to it and so much shit going on, and now it's like a low-key gacha game as well in the single-player campaign little segment. So I've got this booted up here from Polygon, who wrote about the single-player spirit thing. I'm just gonna read this because I'm real. I don't understand it, so I'm just gonna read this shit, and you can figure out what's going on.
Okay.
All right. Spirits are power-ups based on other characters from many of the series represented in the game. And there are a lot of characters that people were like, where's this person? That now they're spirits. Okay? There are primary spirits, which can include anything from Cappy from Super Mario Odyssey to Rogue from Sonic the Hedgehog to Hal Otacon Emmerich of Metal Gear Solid. Only one primary spirit can be assigned to a player at one time. You still with me on this one?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Following those are support spirits, going another layer deeper, which primary spirits have additional slots for.
Okay.
So now we're like materia system from Final Fantasy with spirits. Multiple support spirits can be attached to primary spirits for additional boosts. If a GUI primary is chosen, for example, and then the players can add 3 more supports to it, it has enough slots for those. Spirits join alongside the fighter on the battlefield, much like assist trophies do, But unlike assist trophies, they don't require an item to unlock. Instead, they create unique conditions from the beginning of the game that are useful for different types of fights. Bullet Bill adds plenty of items all over the field when it's live, for example, and transforms the player into the Mario enemy. Unlocking the spirits requires fighting them off during a specific battle, a spirit battle. Following that is a special roulette-style challenge to actually grab them for your party. That's the gacha game part. You can also summon them by combining spirits when they level up post-battle. These are called cores. So we're 4 or 5 layers deep. Each spirit, there's more. Each spirit also has a special type, one of 3 types. There's attack, grab, and shield. It's a traditional type circle with one at an advantage or disadvantage against the other. Other things that spirits can do is take part in their own training missions, which grants treasures to the player. This happens even while the game is idle, which is a unique feature. More battle specific, they help fill up the final smash meter when they're active. And then this is a quotation. The spirit system lets you simulate battles with characters from more series than ever before, Nintendo explained during their presentation. This is essentially a way to add way more fighters even if they're not playable. The whole thing is very RPG inspired, which fits perfectly with the Wild World of Light story mode that the spirits factor into. This comes as no surprise to people paying close attention to each of the previous reveals. By close, we mean incredibly close. We mean incredibly close. In August, fans analyzed a screenshot of the game's main menu where they were able to parse one of the obscure options. It appeared to say Spirits Mode, which Nintendo now confirmed. Holy shit balls! So did you follow that?
No.
Just wondering.
No.
I thought maybe it was just me. Maybe I'm just getting old and this is not my bag anymore. But that's just for one mode. Actually, that's an additive to the single-player mode. That's not the only thing about the single-player mode. That's like some additive to it.
Whatever happened to the days where you just boot it up and you start fighting people?
That's a great question. But if you wanted to just boot up and fight
I feel
people,
like I'm playing Super Smash Bros. Kingdom Hearts Edition.
Yeah, it's getting real, bro.
And
it's getting fucking
and
real.
They want to throw in every IP they have.
It's fucking silly. So, on top of that, they also announced, I think Ken from Street Fighter and somebody else. I don't fucking care. But the one that everyone's talking about right now, the Piranha Plant from Mario is a playable character in Super Smash Bros. Now.
I don't care about any of this. I actually the only part that they missed out on at the end towards all that is the part where they say this is so convoluted and stupid that you don't actually buy the game.
Well, like it just like when they first started announcing things and they kept like every Nintendo Direct there was like a new mode and a new layer and I was like this is kind of cool. This is a lot of content and now it's gotten to the point where I'm looking at going
dude, like 20 episodes ago,
what the fuck?
20 episodes ago, you went on like a 45-minute tangent
about what
Super
was
Smash
going on
Brothers,
then.
about what was going on then. The last thing I want to do is go through another 45-minute tangent on Smash Bros. Right now.
Oh, well, we have no more. That's
Thank fuck.
That's it.
Because that sounds like a pile of steaming ass.
That's a lot going on.
I don't need 500 playable characters. Give me...
those aren't even playable. They're just like...
I don't care
there.
about the spirits of non-playable characters that give my playable characters special powers. I don't give a fuck.
There you go.
I don't need the soul of fucking Princess's turd from episode 7, scene 6. And I don't need Hanky from South Park as a playable character.
Nowhere to be found? Birdo! Still! Not even a spirit!
Oh, he'll show up, Adam.
Birdo is not even a spirit!
Well, maybe he's a core.
We got the fucking Piranha Plant!
Maybe he's a core, Adam. You're reading it all wrong.
Fucking Piranha Plant! And still not Birdo.
Jesus Christ.
Some bullshit. So anyway, that happened. Fucking God Almighty. All right. Black Ops 4 got into microtransactions. They finally started releasing them. And in case you were, waiting to be shocked, they're really shit. They cost a fortune, and they're implemented in a really scummy way.
Great.
Basically, it boils down to, like, you want to unlock some shit? Well, you're going to buy this thing, and then while you have it, like, selected, you progress through it while you buy it to get to the end of said thing. So there's not really cosmetics that you just magically unlock anymore. And then to get everything, like, they were going through, like, how much it would cost and shit. Anyway, if you give a fuck about Call of Duty, you probably already know this, and if you don't, you don't care. All you need to know is that you've got a AAA game for full price with massive paid-for DLC or season pass, quadruple dipping on the fucking microtransactions, going deep, charging a lot for them, and putting them fucking everywhere. Do not buy this game.
Isn't it just so fitting that Michael Morheim bounced the fuck out of Dodge
just before this shit
just
starts
before all
up.
this shit, because
he saw it.
He probably knew that this was. Oh yeah, he was probably like, guys, this is gonna get messy. There's, we are now attached. Call of Duty is on the Blizzard launcher. This is real.
Yeah,
he's made his money, and now he's taking his billions and getting the fuck.
He's getting the fuck out.
Don't blame him.
Just dude, but this microtransaction shit, and it's just, and you know what's the cosmetics all look like trash. There isn't a good looking cosmetic in anything that I've seen.
It sounds like they've gone the Realm Royale route, where Realm Royale you could buy this DLC, or not DLC, but this
there's a battle pass,
and you don't actually get shit. You actually have to play to get to the actual shit that you're.
But you pay for it.
But you pay for it to get to that.
That's bullshit.
It's like going to McDonald's and buying a large fry and a Big Mac so that you can have the chance to win on the Monopoly game prizes that they have, and then you
have to buy the
Monopoly board in order to put the pieces on there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
that is.
It's another layer. Oh, it's another layer of milk in your ass. So don't.
And there's a lot of COD fanboys out there that are clicking the buy button.
Dude, I said this on Twitter the other day. I'm gonna say it here, and we're gonna get off this shit. Okay, Call of Duty's fucking Battle Royale is demonstrably shittier than PUBG in almost every metric that you can throw at it. People don't want to fucking admit it, especially since they spent fucking $3 million on this godforsaken fucking game. And they don't want to admit it because they spent years shitting on PUBG, the last 2 years just dumping all over PUBG. They're not going to want to admit it. The only thing holding PUBG back right now, other than themselves, is the hackers and the Chinese players being the majority of the players on there, so that the lag can sometimes be real. Otherwise, everything else about PUBG is flat out, this is objectively better. The server performance is literally 3 times that of fucking Call of Duty right now. The guns are better. The fucking projectiles are better. Everything is fucking better. And it's PUBG. But nobody wants to admit it because everyone's been shitting on PUBG forever. I have been too. I'm just sitting here telling you, PUBG's better. And if you don't, that's fine. That's cool. But you're getting reamed in that Call of Duty shit. And everyone's talking about it. Even Doc's rage quitting Call of Duty, and Doc rides Call of Duty hard. Dude used to work for him, for God's sake. And he's out there rage quitting the game because of this shit.
Yep.
It's bad. Unfortunately, PUBG missed its opportunity. And this shit can exist, and people are going to spend bajillions of dollars. And it's whatever.
COD's not going anywhere. In fact, COD, this put COD on the Twitch esport map.
Absolutely. And it's so, oh my God, it's so fucking bad. The clip, there's a clip of Doc shooting somebody in the head with 2 50 caliber sniper shots in the head. Yeah. And they survived and went on to just spray and pray through a crack in a tree to kill Doc.
I know. He was like, I'm done.
That's shit.
Yeah.
Shit game. Don't buy it. If you've been thinking about it, don't do it. If you're buying it for zombies and regular COD, buy it for that. Because the game mechanics still work passably in that. It's still a 20 hertz tick rate, but because everything's in a narrow fucking 3-foot wide hallway and everyone runs like Kenyans, it's fine. And everything's a bullet hose, you're not going to notice it. You put that shit on a big open map, now you notice it.
I'm running upstairs to grab my laptop charger. It's going to die in 3 minutes.
You do that. But yeah, it's fucking. But Doc's gonna do it. He's still playing it. You know why? Because it makes him money. If you think Doc's playing that shit for any other reason than it's making him money, and the other guys are doing it, you're fucking delusional. It's why they played. It's why they played PUBG, even though it was broken as fuck. It's why they were playing. It's why Doc even tried to play Fortnite, even though he wasn't the biggest fan of Fortnite. It's because that's what brings in numbers. He gets this fucking Code Red tournament. He's making big money on it. He's not playing it because he's fucking loving life, playing the game. I can tell you that much. Coincidentally, my laptop is dying as well. So let me plug this in.
All right.
Welcome back, Mr. Black.
Yeah.
That laptop charger.
Yep.
But yeah, it's friggin' bad. Just brutal. Now do Deltarune with One spoilers. Here's what I know about Deltarune. It's a thing that's put out by the dude that did what's it called? Fucking how am I not remembering this right now? Undertale. Put out this game. I guess Rune whatever is just an anagram for Undertale. It's a game that he said don't tell anyone you're playing it or don't ruin it for anyone. And then the game also, if you uninstall it, it will take a bunch of files with it because that seems to be the fucking thing these days. The last week is you uninstall some shit, it takes half your fucking computer with it.
Great. There goes the porn
I'm going to be
stash.
very honest with you. I don't like Undertale. Not even a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I like the music in Undertale.
Mm-hmm.
And I like a couple of the quirky little ideas they had for combat in Undertale. Everything else about Undertale, especially the fucking batshit crazy community that Undertale has, not a fan. Not even a little bit. So my radar for this follow-up, it's not on my radar. It's not anywhere near it. If you're interested in Undertale, you like Undertale, you already know it exists. You already know this rune thing exists. You already probably played it in the first 5 minutes of it being out. It's probably more of Undertale, and that's that. That's that. Did you play Undertale?
I did.
What did you?
It's whatever.
Exactly. Exactly.
People overhyped it for me, so I didn't enjoy it as much as I probably would have. But it wasn't terrible.
I flat out just the community scares me. I'm going to be real with you. The community fucking scares me. But
what's next?
Hit me up with the sound of movies and TV.
Whoa! You skipping?
Oh no, shit! Oh, I am skipping. I forgot we added this last second. Hey, Mr. Black.
Yeah.
Hit me up with the sound of what you've been playing here in the last week.
Yeah, I've been playing some Magic.
Oh, how's it coming?
Okay, so
explain to me how you even decided to play Magic the Gathering.
I was telling Adam before the podcast that I was playing a bit of Magic, and I think that he should try it. The reason why I installed so Magic's got that new beta thing out now, or I don't know if it's a full version of the game now or what, but it's free to play. You can download Magic the Gathering. You do the tutorial and they give you like 8 decks, like all the basic decks. And then you can, do some daily quests, unlock new combo decks or whatever. I don't know. Sorry for all the Magic heads out there. I'm gonna butcher terminology because I'm brand new.
There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going to the game. So anyway, the reason why I installed it, and I played it the last 2 nights, is because Artifact beta is coming November 18th.
Yes.
And I'm very interested in Artifact. I've been doing a shit ton of research on it. I've been watching a ton of videos, not only on the development of it, who also is the same creator of Magic the Gathering.
Yes.
I'm not a huge Dota guy. So, like, I'm not...
Yeah, neither am I. That's actually my biggest hurdle with Artifact will be the fact that it's
Dota-based.
It's Dota.
Yeah. But what's nice is they also are changing things about certain characters, and they're adding new things. Apparently, Valve was really cool with him basically taking the IP and making it his own. So he's going to use a lot of the same characters and things like that, but some things will use different abilities, and there'll be different lore. Those sort of things. It's going to be its own.
As
sort
needs
of deal.
to happen if you're creating a card game. You don't always get to just.
Yeah, so
stuff.
it's basically a MOBA card game. There's 3 boards that you play at the same time, and you got to destroy 2 towers There's 3 towers,
Mhm.
and whoever destroys 2 towers, you can destroy 1 tower, and then you can destroy it again at like respawns or something over time.
Okay.
So you basically just need to destroy 2 towers, and you win the game. It looks like a more complicated Hearthstone, which isn't a bad thing.
That seems to be the going description of a lot of card games. Is it's like Hearthstone, but more complicated.
One thing that I do like about it is they have confirmed, or at least from what I've watched in the video, that there is going to be a marketplace for it.
Mm-hmm.
Valve is actively working to. Now they didn't go into detail on how they're going to do this, but they're going to make it so that in CS:GO there are knives that go for like $1,000.
Of course, yeah.
The last thing they want are cards that are going for $1,000.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So they're either it's projected now. They didn't come out flat out and say it, but they do not want cards to be worth exuberant amounts of money.
Okay.
So all common cards are going to be about 3 cents a piece.
Okay.
And you'll be able to basically buy almost every card in the game for a very affordable price. I think to buy the game it's like $20 or something like that, $20 or $30.
Okay.
And then when you get in, you're given some cards to start, like basic decks, and then you'll be able to open up packs, or you'll be able to go on the marketplace and buy cards from other people that have open packs and are selling it on the marketplace. I think what they're planning to do is to cap on how much you can sell cards for. Okay. So I think that it won't be sort of a free open market. Now that this isn't, this isn't for sure, but it's speculation.
Speculating, yeah.
That basically there'll be a hard cap on what sort of the rarest cards will be able to go. So whether that's $30, $50, $100, or whatever, there'll be a hard cap for that. There still is no tell that there's going to be different levels or quality to cards. But yeah, he said it's going to be a very affordable game. And it just looks like a lot of fun. So I was watching so much of these videos and getting amped up, and I shouldn't say I don't like Hearthstone. I like Hearthstone, but I'm so far behind, and you have to spend so much money to get the cards that you need to get into the meta. And even if you do, it's
fucking rough.
Yeah.
Man.
And basically the thing that I hate about Hearthstone is, even though I'm not at that level, but say you're playing the meta and you're using the exact same decks that everybody else is using.
Yeah, it's usually 3 to 5 decks.
Yeah, and you're making no mistakes. And it's not like Hearthstone is a very complicated game. It's like once you understand the meta and you know how cards are supposed to be played, you play them in a certain way, and that's the show. There's no. It's kind of like StarCraft, where you can't really be all that unique. You're going to get crushed for it.
Yeah.
So it gets to the point where when you get skill capped, it boils down to RNG. It's an RNG game. It's who's going to pull what card at what time.
Well, they've also been like each consecutive expansion they've been adding. It's like they like the RNG aspect of it. It's like they think it's fun, and so they just keep adding like a lot more crazier and crazier. And it came to a fucking head when there was a legendary that like you played it and it would just randomly play in order, like every spell that you like played before in the game and some shit, and there was like these combos that would just get stupid, and it was all random.
Yeah.
And like it's fine if there's a couple of things here and there, but like the game, like you said, it really does. There's way too much of it.
Yeah.
Really. There's too much of it. It gets in the way. It gets in the way of skill a lot of the times. And there's something to be said about playing the odds in a skillful way.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's like saying that, to a point, that's like you can skillfully play Russian roulette.
Exactly. It's exactly. So it's a basically Hearthstone is a great casual game, and there's a reason why it's so well received and it's played by so many people. But I picked up Magic the Gathering the last couple of days because I've just been having that itch to play a competitive card game because I've been looking up so much on Artifact, and I installed it, played it. It is fun, dude. The game is fun. I think you'd love it because you're the type of personality that will get into that sort of shit where you're reading cards and you're trying to figure out.
I've always avoided Magic the Gathering because it's too fucking expensive.
Well,
right?
The online part
but this
isn't
is different,
yeah,
right?
The online isn't.
But this is different. So, like, if there was a time for me, and I know that's their goal with this, right? Is that I think even Wizards of the Coast understand that Magic the Gathering has gotten fucking crazy expensive for the layperson.
Yeah.
And so if they're going to break this game into a market that's way bigger for them to increase their odds of making some money, they have to do something like this.
Of course.
And so, yeah, I've been interested in it. I know there have been, like I said before the podcast, there's 4 or 5 members, I think, that play semi-professionally, or they play in tournaments. They've all expressed that they wanted to see me try it, and so I'll probably give it a go for sure.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
And that's coming from me, where I'm a competitive player. I've always been competitive. Now, I am not a card competitive player, but it's the competitive aspect that I like. And the thing that is so intriguing about Artifact and Magic the Gathering is it's a skill-based game. Sure, there's always an RNG element in terms of what you're going to pull.
Yeah.
But there's so many counters,
there's a lot more going on,
and spells and combos and using other colored cards with other colored cards. It's like you're not just confined to, okay, there's a green deck and you know exactly what is in the green deck. You can start mixing shit together, and you can have certain decks complement other decks to create this whole new clusterfuck of awesome or crazy or aggro or slow play or life draining or whatever that is unique. It's fresh. It requires thinking, where and there's a timer. So it's almost like playing chess, but on another level as well, where you're not only trying to figure out what you can do and what your combos and predicting possibly what cards you're getting, but you're also worried about what your opponent's going to be doing and the combo cards and the instant cards that they can be doing. And as you're on your turn, they can still play as if it's their turn as well. It's not just like, I go, you go, I go, you go. Sure, that is it, but at the same time, there's just so much more strategy. And just because of that, it makes it so much more intense. The games are like it's like there's always stakes involved. It's not this like you're playing Hearthstone, you're just clicking cards and going with the motion. It's here. Maybe it's just because I'm new and everything is so fresh. But even still, it's not like, oh, he played a taunt, I can't touch that. It's, oh shit, there's a flying guy, and now only other flyers can attack that. But the flyer can attack ground and other flying. Oh, there's a ground guy, but now I gave it a spell that it attacks that it can go flying. Oh, there's this other random passive card that's constantly on, and I got to try and deactivate that because it's making all the other zombies on there have this power. And it's endless amounts of like strategy that is so much fun. Like, I'm geeking out just thinking about it. And it's I don't want to say it's blowing up, but it's starting to gather a following on Twitch, which is nice. It's like watching it's like watching StarCraft in a card version. You know what I'm saying? Where sure, I'm sure there's a bunch of Magic the Gathering elitists, and there's some purists out there. Well, and obviously it's been out forever, and it's like the World of Warcraft of card games. Yeah. But we're talking like, it feels like you're watching and playing something special, like you're playing something at the highest level, even though you're garbage. In my mind as a competitor, I know there's so much more that I can do and grow and learn.
Well, it's the grandfather of trading card games.
Yes, and that's what makes it exciting for me. Is it's not this like, oh, anybody can pick it up and just fucking play it and win by the luck of the draw. This is like, dude, you might get a good luck of the draw, but you better know how to fucking play your cards, because it's not as just simple as 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2 minus, it's 2 plus 2 is 4, minus 1, that's 3 quick maths, right? There's a lot that goes on about it. So I'm talking it up a big game right now because I'm loving the competitive aspect to it. And I think you're going to dig your teeth. If you get it, you're going to be like, damn. Because I've seen you grind Hearthstone and turn your brain off and like sit at rank 17, 18 for fucking 5 hours on end. This is going to really make you sit down and read cards and really get into like the mythology of it and fucking like really strategize and implement things.
The difference between Hearthstone and fucking Magic the Gathering is astronomical.
Oh, it's night and day. It's
like,
night and day.
Like Hearthstone's thing is, when I was taking Hearthstone seriously, which wasn't, that shit was like fucking 4 years ago. It all came down to, I got bored with the and this is the same with all card games. It'll be the same in Magic as well. It's just that there's more to play around with in Magic than there is in Hearthstone.
So much more.
it always bored me that the concept was that for Hearthstone, that to really break into the top levels of the game, which in all seriousness, literally anyone can do. If you have one of the top, let's say 3 meta decks at any given time, and you just spend a fair amount of time that you learn the other meta decks you're likely going to be going up against,
that's it.
It's not easy, but there's not that fucking much for you to juggle mentally. There's really not. And when it got to the point where you're just fighting the same decks over and over and over again, it's the same reason why I didn't play StarCraft after a while, other than just frustrating myself, was that you're going up against the same people or the same builds over and over and over again, and there are variations to how it plays out a little bit, but you're doing the same fucking shit over and over and over again, and that bored me. And with Hearthstone, it got more frustrating because even if I outplayed someone, to have the game turn it on its head and do some crazy RNG bullshit was
whatever.
Made it even less fun, and so I didn't even bother. So I'd just hang out like rank 15 or so, and because I just build a random deck,
just having
and
fun.
I'd see how
like,
far,
just
see how far I can go and have fun with it. And so with Magic, the draw for me is there's even more opportunities to do random and exotic things.
So much.
Still get your shit pushed in, but you can still do random and fun things and have a good time with it in more permutations and combinations than you can with, say, something like a Hearthstone. So it's intriguing, but it has been extraordinarily expensive until now. This is the first time in the history of fucking Magic that you haven't had to spend like $300 to $500 to $700 on a deck to be competitive in Magic. Which is, I don't know how the fuck it took them that long to get to this point, but they did. Obviously, they're doing very well, monetarily speaking. But the opportunity for them, I'm surprised after the Hearthstone success that they didn't do this better sooner. Like, because that would have been their golden opportunity. The height of Hearthstone. Hearthstone's not as popular. Card games aren't as popular anymore because Hearthstone got so popular that everyone made card games. And now people are going, oh, fuck me, another card game. Even with Artifact, it's, oh my God, Valve. We've been waiting forever, and you're gonna bring a card game.
Well, I don't even think for Valve it's so much that it's a card game. It's so much that it's not Half-Life 3.
But that's what I mean. But it's a double. It's double, right? It's they're not Half-Life 3. It's not Left 4 Dead 3. It's not whatever. It's not Portal. It's
a card
We're
game.
gonna jump on the card game hype, which everyone was already burnt out on. And now people are going, oh my God. And so no matter how good Artifact is, they've got a hill to climb with that. But regardless, Magic the Gathering, obviously it's the grandfather of all of them. It's great. It's fantastic that it's now affordable for people to get in and play. And I might give it a shot as well. So there you go. Magic the Gathering and Artifact. Mr. MaximusBlack.
Movies and TV.
Now it's time. Now it's time. Nothing has been skipped. The internet was all in a tizzy this week because Henry Cavill's face as
The Witcher.
As the Witcher
Geralt,
was
or whatever his name
Geralt.
is. Geralt
of Rivia. He was shown. It was like a 20-second Twitter video, and where he walks out of the darkness, and he looked like Lucius Malfoy cosplaying fucking I don't know who,
Legolas.
but Legolas or some shit. Like it was. I can't remember what the description was. It was a tweet that somebody said. It was like it looked like Lucius Malfoy cosplaying something, and I can't remember who it was, but it was the most perfect fucking description I've ever heard in my life. Okay, so the show is not based on the games. The show is based on the books, and the timeline specifically is even before the first game of The Witcher. So this is a young Geralt that we're dealing with here. He's not going to have the beard.
Not yet.
It's just unfortunate that for Henry Cavill, he doesn't look a damn thing like Geralt without the beard. Not even a little bit. He does, and the hair didn't help him at all either. He does look like he's fucking an elf from Lord of the Rings.
I think probably what's going to happen is we're going to see a young version, and then some time will pass or something, and then or the end of season 1 or the beginning of season 2, he'll then have a beard, and he'll have some, we'll find out how he gets the scar and stuff like that. Plus, this is like no post-production. This is like just a screen test. He's walking in. We don't know if he's gonna have a different color eyes, if they're gonna put any scar on him, if he's gonna grow a little bit more of a beard. Anything
he needs the beard.
Yeah. Oh, he'll get it. He'll get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? I don't hate it as much as everybody as everybody does.
But it did make me laugh. The Lucius Malfoy cosplaying Legolas was one of the most accurate fucking descriptions. Yeah.
I think what everybody needs to do, and this isn't going to happen, but there's so many Witcher fanboys out there.
Yeah.
That they're and a lot of people don't know that it's not based on the video game.
That's the problem,
right?
is that
so they're going by what they and Witcher 3.
The fan base is because of the game. The fan base isn't like there are fans of the books.
Yeah.
But the fan base for the games a little bit bigger.
Yes.
And
so and most people aren't gonna be digging into like the real news of the movie on where it's set and stuff. They're just visualizing the games that they've been playing, and they're going, this is not it. So, and you're also dealing with people that are really diehard about The Witcher.
Yeah.
And whenever you're taking something and putting it on film, the fanboys and fangirls are gonna scrutinize it. They're gonna hate on it.
You're doing battle.
All I can say is this: if you are a Witcher fanboy or fangirl, just wait until the shit comes out.
Yeah.
Watch a few episodes
Make your
and
judgment.
then give your opinion.
Yeah.
Don't go on Twitter sabotaging, Henry Cavill into not liking, thinking he made a bad decision, or shitting on Netflix for making this. Just wait. Just give it some time, and that's going to be it. It's the same thing with Game of Thrones. Nobody knew what Game of Thrones was except for the diehards, and a lot of people did not get into Game of Thrones right away. This shit was like, it was slow cooked. And then eventually word of mouth got around, turn into the biggest show of all time.
Yep.
So give it some time and wait and see what he does with it. I'll admit the 20-second clip wasn't fire. It wasn't fire.
No.
But once again, it's Henry Cavill walking into a screen, taking a sip of a potion.
The cleft chin was strong.
The cleft chin is very strong.
There was the lighting helped that out, but that was some cleft. That was some Superman cleft chin.
That's a super chin.
Yeah.
That's a super chin. He's in shape. As always,
because it's Henry Cavill.
It's Henry Cavill. Give it some time, and we'll see how it turns out. But the first thing, it doesn't get me worried or anything. It's just like, oh, you know what? Okay, cool.
It was just funny to see people react to it a little bit, and the hair looked like a cheap wig. That was my problem with it. It looked like a cheap wig.
But once again,
it's a screen test.
It's a screen test. It's not the final.
My question would be, why in the fuck are you posting a screen test? Just make him look a little better.
I think they're just excited. I think they want to get people talking about it. They want to get him trending. They want to let people know it's happening. And I think that's that. I think as time goes on, we're going to see more clips and snippets that are going to look even. I think now also, since they're getting some pushback, that probably in another week or two, we're going to get another photo or on the set. It's going to look completely different and way better, just to kind of ease the minds of some of the haters out there. But it's Netflix. Netflix doesn't really have a bad track record of making bad shows.
No, it's been pretty good.
And this is apparently going to be their Game of Thrones for Netflix, and it's not just going to be one season. This is going to be their big oorah. So there's a big budget for it. We're going to see what happens.
Talking about the screen test made me think about a clip that I saw. I think Gab showed me this. She came across it maybe, but a clip that I saw from John Wick 3, which, by the way, hurry the fuck up and get here, John Wick 3, because I need some John Wick 3 in my life right now.
The video, he's like,
and he's just screaming. He's like screaming. There's no, because in post, all the bullets are coming out and shit. So all he has to do is just scream it like he means it.
Yes.
And so it's Keanu Reeves. He just gets it, and guys are flying everywhere, and he has guns, and he just walks across the set going, ah! And that's like, oh.
Yeah, you hear him go, ah!
But there's no, but there's no.
And you see guys in the background going,
just.
It looks so stupid.
And it's just acting.
Yeah.
It's just acting.
It's just acting.
It's good shit.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. That shit was funny. Disney's on-demand service, which we talked about many months ago now, is getting ready. They're ramping into it. The ramp is on. The truck is going.
Yes.
Starting up next year.
Yes.
And which means that it's also being set in motion, the removal of their stuff from Netflix and other services.
Yes. So for those that don't know, Disney is making their own Netflix type thing. I think it's called Disney.
Disney Flicks.
Yeah, it's not Disney Flicks, but
or
it
Dicks.
I think it's. Yeah, I don't know. I forget what it's called. Maybe somebody in chat will know. It's Disney on Demand or Disney. Whatever.
D-Flicks.
So the reason why I want to bring this up is because this affects you guys. This affects everybody that pays the $15 or whatever it is, depending on what level of Netflix you currently have. The main reason is because Disney is going to be pulling all of their Marvel movies, all of their Marvel TV shows.
People
that
are probably
includes,
sitting there going, "Oh, I can live without watching Aladdin for the 90th time."
Yeah, it's like you're going to lose all of the new releases. You're going to lose
Star Wars.
all the Star Wars shit. You're going to lose, the Marvel TV shows, the ones that got canceled.
Anything that Disney owns.
Anything that Disney owns is going to go over to the Disney thing. And guess what? That's going to be another $15 that you're going to have to fork out. So now there's going to be some competition. You're going to lose a big catalog of stuff from Netflix.
Yeah.
Disney is working on the Mandalorian TV show, the Star Wars thing. That is going to be their big fucking thing. The budget for that is
Disney's Game of Thrones.
That's Disney's Game of Thrones. That thing. There is a list of amazing directors.
Yeah.
There is. I mean, we're hearing nothing but good things. George Lucas was on the set of an episode that's being filmed right now. There's a lot going. They're laying all their cards down there. They're also going to be making a Black Hawk or in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Winter Soldier, Bucky, and Falcon. They're doing a show for them. They're going to have their own series on this Disney. That just got announced.
Okay.
They're moving everything over there, and they're going to be producing some really high quality shit.
Yeah.
For that, like a ton of money's going into this. All of Disney's product, all of it. We're talking like Lion King, fucking you name anything Disney.
Well, this is
going over there.
This is where we've got a couple of juggernauts in the business that have the properties and the money.
Mm-hmm.
To have their own on-demand video services and get away with it.
Yep.
Disney and Netflix.
The catalog of Disney shit
pretty
goes
much
back
a long ways. And so, CBS tried to do it. Tough shit, CBS. You don't have the catalog. Star Trek ain't going to carry your ass all the way, especially if you're producing mediocre Star Trek content. It's not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So you really, you're going to be looking at Disney and Netflix at the top.
Yes.
And then everyone else.
Yes.
Amazon, everyone else kind of below that.
So Stucca says as far as he knows, Marvel shows aren't leaving like Daredevil. That's false. Those are leaving. They're leaving them run for now, but those will be going.
Eventually.
Oh, it's happening. Just think about this as a business standpoint.
You don't want some. You either go all the way out.
Oh, there is no way in fuck.
Yeah.
Disney is going to have Daredevil or Jessica Jones or whatever other Marvel shit streaming on Netflix when they're a direct competitor, and they need to have those fanboys and fangirls that love those shows buying the Disney network. So as of right now, those are finishing up. I know that the last season of Daredevil was just released or whatever. The next season is going to be going right on Disney. All of whatever Disney owns, anything Star Wars, anything Marvel, any of those old school movies that you like and the catalog of shit they have, it's gone. Netflix is not going to have it at all. It's all going on Disney. So get ready to spend another $15 a month if you want to have access to that. And if you're thinking, well, I don't care about Daredevil that much, or I don't care about this. If you're a Star Wars fan, the Mandalorian show they have coming, some of these other spin-off shows that they're going to be have coming in these other Marvel shows, you're going to be buying this shit. You're just going to be buying it. It's just quite that simple. You're going to buy it. So I wanted to bring that up just because it is happening, and it's happening relatively soon. I don't know. I don't know the dates off by heart, but it's happening next year, and it's next year is coming. Yeah. So get ready.
100%.
Yep.
Mr. MaximusBlack, hit me up with with tech support.
Tech support?
Not even a second one? Not even
last thing, Bodyguard.
Oh, right. Watch it.
Kayla and I watched Bodyguard.
Yes.
It's got the main actor is the dude Rob Stark.
Yes.
From Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's only 6 episodes.
Okay. So they gotta smash those 6.
Fire.
Okay.
Ever since episode 1.
Wow.
You watched the first episode?
There wasn't even a ramp.
No.
It was just
First
straight.
episode,
Well, I mean, if you only have 6 episodes, you don't have 3 to get good.
Dude, the first 20 minutes, you're going, this shit's intense. This shit's fire.
Okay.
I'm in.
Okay.
Kayla and I watched 3 episodes first night, 3 episodes second night. That was it.
Bam. All right.
Fire.
Okay.
Absolute fire. Go
Okay.
watch it. Great story. Great acting. It's not over the top. It's filmed well. I think another season just got greenlit. And apparently what I'm hearing is they wanted to make an American version of the show too, that I was hearing, but they don't need to do that.
No.
It's one of these BBC Fire shows.
It's a BBC.
Oh,
yeah. Now you got my attention.
It's a BBC Fire show. It's so good they had to bring it over to Netflix.
Oh.
Shit is dope.
Did you watch the Idris Elba BBC show yet?
Some of it. Kayla and I started it. This was like a year ago.
That shit is good too.
Oh, dude, this Bodyguard shit is fire. Watch it.
Mr. Black.
Tech support.
There we go. Rob, hitting us up with this question, said, what's your worst or weirdest and best Outback story, like the middle of fucking nowhere experience? I'm going to start this because I think we might share this one. So I'm just going to
Yes, I already know where it's going.
I mean, everyone knows this story, but I'm going to tell just a specific part of this story.
Yeah.
It was MLG Rhode Island.
Yep.
And it was one of the last MLGs that you and I went together.
Yeah. I think it was the last one.
When we were there, we were told that because LAGTV was still kind of in its primo, still a little bit in its prime at that time, and we were told that somebody was going to be renting out a nearby small club to have a LAGTV meetup. And Jeff and I were like, "Yeah, sure. You want to coordinate that because we're not going to do it. All the power to you." We get there, MOG Rhode Island. Went off mostly without a hitch. You know, nothing really exciting happened there. It was kind of around the time StarCraft was starting to take a backseat to League of Legends. It was when League of Legends was out cheering in the fans.
Yes.
StarCraft.
Yes.
So anyway, the night comes, and we had met up with the guy who said he was going to do this a few times. We get to this club, and it's packed full of people, and he was like, whoa, shit, which I don't know what the story was behind the whole thing. It doesn't matter. We were like, at this point, we were already drinking some, said, fuck it. We're going to go in. Providence is not a town of very tall people. I didn't see more than a handful of people over 5'6" when we were in Providence, Rhode Island. It was very weird. As a tall person, it's a very weird experience. We walked into this nightclub, and it wasn't a standard nightclub. It wasn't like a dirty dome. It wasn't a palace or anything like that from here in Halifax. It was like an EDM trap music acid trip club. You walked through the door and people were blasted on MDMA and acid. Every fucking there was not a sober individual short of maybe the DJ in that entire fucking, and even he was probably fucking lit up on some shit. So we walked through the door. 2 things I noticed right away. Well, 3 things. 1, smelled terrible. 2, if there was a modern version of a hippie, every one of them in the fucking room were hippies. And they were all like 5'2". It was a sea of children. It was the strangest fucking thing I'd ever seen. I'm not making this shit up. I walked in and I could see straight to the stage, and people were jumping to the music, and it was just a line of midgets. All blasted on MDMA and acid with like fucking LED gloves, and you look over it and there'd be a booth, and there'd be like that one guy that goes home and practices hand shit. Yeah. And he was like fucking, and there'd be a dude drooling because he's so high, and the gloves are in his face, and he's going, they're trying not to stroke out in the middle of all this shit, and there's a dude fucking just giving her. And then the room was, I mean, people were having a good time. Let's put it that way. And when we got there, and Jeff looks at me and says, fuck it. Whatever, we're staying. Fuck it. And he says fuck it, and he turns around. And again, and this doesn't play on audio or video, and I wish you guys could fucking take this memory out of my mind. We don't have the technology yet. But I wish that if there's one thing, this would be it. Because he turns around, and he's fuck it, and like Bangarang was on for like fucking Skrillex. And Jeff turns around and he puts his arms out, full stretch, a full stretch on the arms. And one leg, for whatever reason, I have no idea why, and starts hopping backwards towards the stage, which was like 45, 50 feet away from him, and a sea of midgets behind him. And somehow, he didn't hit a single fucking individual. No midgets were harmed. He didn't hit shit. He didn't move. He just kept hopping backwards, and nobody noticed him coming either.
No.
Didn't hit a single fucking person. Gets all the way to the stage and disappears into a sea of midgets. I ended up talking to a couple other guys who were there with us. It was kind of fucking whatever. It was hazy for a bit. I had to turn down a bunch of drinks. There's a lot of gay people there. It was fucking wild. And then, towards the end of the song, I see Jeff amongst the midgets, and Jeff's right at the front of the fucking stage. Like, it's the only thing you see is just midgets and then Jeff's head. And then he's right in front of the DJ, and it looked like a school's fucking stage that they do plays on. It was a really fucking shitty club. Anyway, he's up there, and he's giving her to Bangarang, still on. And a dude gets up when Bangarang is just in the drop, bass drops hard. And a dude who is guaranteed the highest individual in the entire fucking club
he was
hops up on stage.
He was something.
And he's standing next to the DJ. He's jumping around. The DJ doesn't really know what to do about it, but he lets him stay up there. And Jeff's just up there fucking jumping and doing Jeff things and shit. And the guy is standing like, I'm not like, he's from me to Jeff away. So I'm Jeff, and Jeff is the high midget up on stage. And the dude, for no reason, there's no catalyst for this, just takes out his dick on stage. Just out of, and he had a pretty, I could see it from the white dude with a pretty big dick. He fucking takes his dick out, and he says helicoptering right, and Jeff is standing like right there, and Jeff thought it was the funniest thing ever seen. Yeah. He was just fucking like, yeah, bro, fucking
yeah, fucking.
Just fucking do it. The guy was just whipping his dick around. His dick's just fucking twirling and shit.
It was bizarre.
It was so bizarre.
It was bizarre. That whole place was weird.
I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone.
Well, you were, because there was like a mist. There was like fucking. It was fog and like misty. It was like it was like there was strobe lights going everywhere, and people did have all those weird things on their tips, and they were doing like random people would come up and be like, do these things on me, and I'm like, the fuck are you doing, you fucking weirdo? I'm the only black dude there, and I'm so out of place. But everybody's having such a good time. And then up behind the bar, Twitch had this counter of like booze, and for every time someone bought a drink, like Twitch would pay for it, and then it would have the total up on there, and then everybody would celebrate once we got like every 10 grand, be like $10,000, and everybody would just go crazy. And then, they had that weird guy on stage. He just whips his dick out and just starts, fucking humping the air and shit.
He just gave her a boot. Nothing, like, no catalyst for it. Just got up there, and I just remember seeing that. And I just saw Jeff, and was like, a little confused.
There was some weird shit going on, too. And I don't want to say any names, but there was
some weird shit going on.
There was a girl,
oh, my God.
There was a girl that was, well, anyway, I don't want to start anything. But there was a girl there that I know, and there was a guy, fuck it, I'll say the guy's name, Idra, who was there.
Yes.
And there was some fucking weird shit that was going on there too.
Yes.
That whole night was weird. That whole night was
very, God, we walked through
weird.
The front doors to that club, and I thought I had entered an alternate fucking universe.
It was fucking
because,
weird.
Like you said, it was like they had the fog machine and the strobe lights, and everyone was 5'4", and they were fucking like diddling their fingers around, and there were people so high they were drooling and everything, and fucking just. And then the dude whipped his dick out and just started giving her, and you with your fucking majestic, mystical fucking backwards hop didn't hit a damn. Well, half of them went underneath your arms, but it was fucking whatever. Got up to the stage, not hit. It was weird.
It
was fucking weird.
It was fire.
Oh, it's crazy. So yeah, that was that. I'm gonna say that's probably a mutual out there. I don't know how much weirder it gets. You get something weirder than that?
No, that's actually about as weird as it gets. That was the weirdest. I mean, the whole trip was weird.
It was very. No offense to Rhode Islanders, but that town was fucky.
It was a little bizarre.
It was a little weird.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna mimic that story. That was one of the. I mean, I don't know what it is about Twitch parties, But man, I'm telling you, like everyone that I've been, the only normal Twitch party I've ever been to was on the last TwitchCon that I was at.
Yes.
And we were out on the baseball field at this is in like San Diego or some shit, and that was a normal ass party. Like there was a Twitch partner area, then there was like open to everybody else, and there was a lot of space. But every other one that I've been to, it was fucking weird. I've been to ones in Boston where they're at this like bowling alley that's actually a pretty cool bowling alley. It's like a cosmic bowling alley with a bar and then there's like another bar behind it with a bunch of pool tables and some arcade machines and stuff. It's like a really cool spot. It's actually like connected to the ballpark at Fenway or some shit.
That's fire.
But some weird shit went on there too. Like I had my wife go to one of them, and then she had her coat stolen from that one, and you know there's something about a lot of people in the gaming world that when there's I want to tread lightly. It's a spectacle. It's like,
well, think
it's
about
like going,
it. You're
it's
getting
like
a bunch of people who usually don't really leave the house.
Yeah, but it's weird because it's a mix of fangirls.
Yes.
And
but guys that don't know how to handle the fangirls. Yeah.
Then there's a mixture of the girls that are up and coming streamers that are trying to get with dudes that are big streamers.
Yeah.
And it's very obvious, and I don't care whatever. I don't care what anybody's
Everyone
gonna say.
knows
It's just,
reality.
That's just it. And then you've got, actually, it went both ways. There's been times where I've seen guys and girl streamers that are well known that have egos like motherfuckers. Like we're talking.
Did you see the Twitch guy that was like the we didn't talk about that. The God Complex guy,
God, dude.
Some 40 viewer guy who was like, yeah, I just feel I'm better than the average person.
Man,
So
I was hard to watch that shit. But like these parties are very weird because it's like going to high school. There's lots of drama.
It is like high school.
Yeah, there's lots of drama. There's usually fights between streamers that don't like each, not fist fights, but there's like gossip and like there's
wins
cliques.
Fist fights.
Yeah, no, there's cliques. And then there's groupies, and then there's more cliques, and then there's ego cliques, and then there's like the chill content providers, big and small, that aren't part of anything, and you just go up to the bar and you're just fucking chilling, having a good time.
Yeah.
But then but it's a spectacle because you're watching all the
everything
other
else happen.
fuckery
Yeah.
that's going on, and you can see it plain as day.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's like always these content providers that get a little too drunk, and then they say and do dumb shit that
they
comes
shouldn't.
back.
Yeah.
It's a gong show.
Yeah.
It's a gong show. Everybody's fucking everybody. It's literally high school. It's high school.
It's really weird.
And it's always it's always a spectacle. It's interesting. It's interesting.
That's how you get, mid-tier streamers going up to girls and just flat out being like, "You got some nice titties."
Yes.
I love your breasts.
Yes.
Can I suck on them titties?
And then you've got a Me Too movement the next night.
The next night, shit goes all.
Yeah, you're not gonna believe what so and so said to me.
You won't believe what happened, and oh my god.
But it's fun. It really is. It's a good time, and Twitch puts on amazing parties, man. But the people that go to these are just like it's awkward. It's a bunch of people that aren't very like social normally.
They're not
so then when you put
adjusted,
then when you put them into another place with other socially awkward people, it becomes entertaining.
Oh, it's crazy.
But the guy that made that
was some funny shit.
I saw that shit. Somebody retweeted it. It's got like millions of views now. Where this dude is at TwitchCon on a panel. I don't know how he got on a panel to begin with, but
that was my question.
But he got on a panel.
He got on a panel with a pretty big like YouTuber Twitch guy, and I was like, how the fuck did this happen?
I have no idea. But this guy is virtually like a nobody.
He's lesser than I am, which is you're low on the fucking totem pole.
Yeah, but at least you've got like a history of
I suppose,
you at least had a prime. Right,
I had a prime.
You had it like there's a point in time where we were relevant, right? In terms of like at the peak of gaming,
there was relevancy.
We've had our slice, right? We've made an impact in some way.
We did.
This guy, to my knowledge,
nothing
is literally
he's a speedrunner or something. I think
I don't even know. I literally posted the Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, who the fuck is that guy?
But anyway, he started. Some girl asked a question about why or how he distances himself from
why he doesn't have relationships, and I don't mean like direct relationships, but like why he doesn't associate with his viewers,
or like
be
right?
like friendly
like
with his
friendly,
viewers,
friendly with them and have conversations with them and play games with them.
Yeah,
and he basically, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's still really what he said is I don't play games with those plebs.
Well, he said there's no easy way to say this. I feel like I'm
better
than the average
person.
And so I don't
He's like, let's be real here. I'm the streamer and they're watching me.
Yeah, something
like that. I'm obviously, and I know this is going to sound, he said it like 3 times.
Yeah, I know it's
going to sound bad,
yeah.
or this is going to sound, and the guy,
how did his brain not filter that out and go, you know what?
There's a dude sitting beside him on the panel that is like going, oh.
What are you saying right now?
Like just like without him physically saying stop. You could see it, like he started to sync. And then the girl that's standing there asking the question was nodding her head, and then she just sort of stops, and then you see other heads like looking around at each other like, is this motherfucker, I'm waiting for the punchline where he's joking or something, but the guy literally just comes out and says, I'm better than everybody. And then when you go on his Twitch channel, all of like his logos and different things basically is like, if you give me money, I'm not playing with you, or like there's like he's putting people down like endlessly. I'm like, what the fuck?
Not in like it's a doc, like not like doc where it's like
it's
a
not
shtick.
a joke. It's not a shtick.
It's not a shtick.
It's this guy being an absolute
that's
cunt.
him. Yeah, that's crazy.
Holy fuck!
The God complex.
When my book gets released, I'm gonna send him a free copy, and I'm gonna say, listen, there's a great section that you can read all about building relationships and rapport with your community.
That's right.
I think you should read that chapter and implement it in some way.
But the follow up of him trying to backpedal and just
I didn't even look. Dude,
man.
When he went on, when he was saying what he, and oh man,
dude, if he's got a panel, why don't we have a fucking panel?
I don't know.
I can tell people I have a God complex.
We didn't apply for one, I guess.
I guess that's true. Yeah. But I mean, if that shit's going as a panel,
well, when my book's released, I'm gonna go for a panel.
We'll do it.
We're gonna get it going.
Yes,
and that's it. It'll be great. We'll call it the rise and fall of LAGTV. learn from our mistakes.
The fall and the other fall of LAGTV. Fall harder. All right, what else do we have here?
When all else fails, start a podcast.
That's right. That's can't beat them. Join them.
Oh man, that guy was just fucking.
That was impressive. Let's see here. Somebody, who is it? Where is this?
The fall that keeps falling. There you go.
The fall
the
that
never-ending
just
fall
keeps on falling. Let's see here. This comes in from Captain Jan Ergen, or Egern. Agern. I don't know how it's supposed to. This is one of our newer ones. You can only eat one type of animal for the rest of your life, but you have to be self-sufficient, so you must raise and kill the animals yourself. Which animal do you choose? It's chicken,
cow.
Bro. You're gonna raise some cows?
Oh yeah, that's right. Chicken, definitely. It's so easy. You put a little chicken feed down there.
Chicken's not hard to take care of.
Yeah, and you get eggs.
You get eggs, and you
get the chicken. That's right. Sorry. I was just thinking steak and burgers and all that stuff.
No, that's delicious. You'll die faster that way, but it's delicious.
Yes, chicken, definitely.
Chicken for sure.
Yeah, you're right. It's not even close.
Not even close. Chicken all day.
Chicken
every day.
Well, you can get tired of chicken fast, but
get tired of any.
But you can make so many different dishes with chicken.
Yes, it's true.
Like you can even just add sauces that basically change the taste of chicken.
Yes. Because chicken isn't really a strong
No, it's
flavor.
not like a distinctive flavor. Like you can add flavors to it to make it your own. It's like taking water and adding the Kool-Aid mix. Sure, you've got water, but you can make that water taste delicious.
But now you can
with
make it
other
taste
stuff that's not as good for you.
You can make it taste purple.
Exactly.
Sugar, water, purple.
Sugar, water, purple.
I'm trying to find. There was one here that was gonna, because you've had before. Where is? Where the hell did that go? I'm so confused. Somebody asked. I don't know where it went. This is gonna drive me crazy because somebody said, "I'm sorry that I can't find her name." They were thinking about dropping some money. Oh no, here it is. Martin. That was for Martin. Debating about dropping some cash on some very nice Wagyu steaks. Is it worth it, Jeff?
Yes. It really...
Is it worth it if you're the one preparing it?
No. You know, I have
I gotta ask you though, because you like your steak basically nuked from orbit. So how the fuck did you eat?
I
Wagyu?
get medium. I get it medium.
Okay.
Yeah. Whenever I go to a steak house, I always get medium.
Okay.
Whenever Kayla's cooking the steak, it's basically mid-well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a mid rare whether I'm at home or at a.
See, I can't do that. I just can't. Like there's something about. I think what it is in my early 20s, I went out. I don't remember where I was, but I was out. I think it was in Montreal. And I was with the boys, and we went to a steakhouse that was supposed to be really, really good. And I'm sure it was great. But the boys basically were, I wasn't much of a steak guy back then because I was in my early 20s. Might have been 21, 20.
Yeah.
So, like, back then, I was eating Subway and McDonald's, and, like, you know, I didn't really have a palate, right? I didn't know what was a good steak.
Yeah.
So we went to an actual real steakhouse where, I was spending $60 for a steak, which is the most money I've ever spent on a meal in my life. And back then, $60 for a meal was like fucking, me buying a $500 steak today. It's like, holy shit, I'm spending a lot of money on this meal. So when we get to the steakhouse and everybody's ordering their steaks, they're getting like mid-rare or, rare or whatever. And I'm like, I'll get mine well done, right? Because I didn't know really anything. The waiter kind of looks at me like, are you sure?
Yeah.
And then the boys are giving me a hard time that is like, no, dude, this is not the shit you buying at the grocery store. Like, you want to get at minimum medium, but you should try and get like mid-rare, right? So I was like, okay, fine, I'll do mid-rare. And I never had it before. So then I get it and I'm cutting into it and it's bloody. Like it's like raw almost, like, to me. When I've never had
what probably looked raw to you.
It looked raw. It's cooked.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I mean, you can pretty much cook a steak by just.
Well, it's warmed through. Yeah.
But to me, from somebody that, like, my mom, that's a shitty cook.
Yeah.
That, like,
you're used to it being cut out and being gray.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. and like smothering it with ketchup.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So, I dig into it and I'm eating it and I'm like completely turned off. Like, I'm not enjoying it. It's chewy. It's not like it's like gushy in my mouth almost. It's not. It's and that's how good steak should be. You want all that marble and that fatty. You want to be able to. That's how you
want to taste the
cut. You want to taste it, right? You don't want to.
You paid for that fat.
You paid for that. That's why you're paying the big bucks.
Exactly.
But for me, I didn't know. So ever since then, I just cannot. It's like you have that one bad experience.
Yeah, and it like fucks
and
you
it
up,
just fucks me. So now it's like the best I can do, and I'll go to any restaurant and I'll order medium so that there's enough pink in there that I feel like I'm getting my money's worth to an extent, even though I'm still not fully getting the right taste that I should be.
Yeah.
But it's enough that I can warrant spending $120 on a steak like what he's talking about. But I only ever do that once a year, and it's usually on Kayla and I's either anniversary or we go for a New Year's dinner or something, a special occasion. We'll go to the cut or something, and we'll pay $10 an ounce for one of those, and they're preparing it, not us.
Exactly.
So to answer your question, absolutely,
yes,
it's worth it. But it's one of those things that you should do once in a while. Don't get into the habit unless you've got some money. Don't get into the habit of spending $80 on a 10, 12 ounce steak.
That's rough.
It's gonna get expensive.
Because Wagyu, the thing you're gonna notice about Wagyu, especially if it's really good shit, is that even when it's cooked, when you bite into it, it's close to the consistency of butter.
Yes.
It's not it's gonna fuck with your head because you're gonna bite into it and your brain's gonna go, I'm about to have a bite of steak.
Yes.
This is the texture that steak is supposed to be. This is the rough flavor. This is what it's gonna. That's not it. Good Wagyu, you can almost press your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and break it apart.
Yes.
So it's gonna be a fuck show with your brain. It's a delicious fuck show, but it's gonna mess with you a bit. A lot of people will say, as long as you don't go past, in my opinion, if you go past medium rare, if you don't have a bad experience like Jeff with Wagyu, you don't buy Wagyu because you're not like a lot of people will eat that shit raw. So because it doesn't need to be cooked, it's fucking your tongue does all the work for you. So yes, definitely worth it. Just like Jeff said, unless you're rolling in it once in a while.
Yeah.
And by once in a while, maybe once a year.
Once a year.
And then make sure that if you're the one cooking it, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, because you're just gonna waste your money.
Or you're wasting your money. So I'd go. If I'm doing it, I go to a restaurant. I pay the extra that you pay to be at the restaurant, but I know it's going to be likely done better than I do at home.
You can relax.
You can relax and
taking
stuff.
Care of you.
Have a nice beer, and then some people will just go with steak. The thing about steak and why it can even be raw is because it's not ground, and so all of the bacteria in the outside of the meat is not mixed in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you can go into a restaurant and have the animal basically still moving on your plate as long as the outside of the steak is seared.
It needs to be seared, yeah.
Then it's
then
good.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely worth for sure. Just sparingly.
Yeah. Kayla likes it a lot too.
It's also incredibly rich. So don't think you're going to go out there eating like a fucking 16 ounce.
No. I get 10 to 12 ounces depending on how hungry I am.
12 ounces is a fucking big piece of Wagyu beef.
It's usually 10 ounce. Last time I had 12, but it's usually 10 ounce, and we go to the cut and it's absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
And that's even me and Kayla and I getting mediums, right?
Yeah.
So we're almost like butchering way it is, but that's just psychologically we can't eat bloody ass meat.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. Since we're a day past Halloween. It's a good one. Will asks, what's your favorite horror movie, villain, or monster?
My favorite. I'll go with Freddy Krueger.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the scariest for me. And he's very creepy, and he's just a cool character. He's well thought out and designed. And and he's like, he haunts nightmares, which is like, it's just more believable. So I'm going to go with Freddy. Freddy's my favorite.
It's a good pick. If I had, it got turned into a movie, so I can technically say Pyramid Head from Silent Hill because he is in the Silent Hill movies, so I'd go for that. But if I have to avoid video games altogether, let's go with the girl from The Ring. I can't think of her name right now.
I know who you're talking about.
Is it Samara? No, it's not Samara. No, it's Ara something, isn't it?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm
She's
talking
creepy.
about. I think she's well done.
Yeah, she is well done. The thing is they've taken her and put her basically in every movie
Which
that there is in the horror
it's definitely the return on that has kind of killed it.
Yeah, but when it came out, that shit was creepy.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Speaking of scary movies,
it is Samara. Yeah,
Samara. Okay,
Samara Morgan.
There you go. Last night, Kayla and I we literally ran out of shit on Netflix to watch. We're out of shit.
That's rough
right now.
That's rough. Time to get a VPN and try and check out American Netflix.
Yeah, I know. And I have a VPN, but we just haven't. It sucks because you can't hook it up to the TV.
Yeah,
at least
exactly.
To my knowledge, you have to watch on a laptop.
Well, you could take the laptop and run HDMI to the TV.
That's right. Kayla and I watched Scary Movie last night on Netflix because it was Halloween.
You have run deep.
Yeah, it was Halloween, so I was like, you know what, fuck it. And I didn't really want to watch a horror movie, but it was like, it's a comedy.
We watched The Grudge last night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Also shit.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Yeah, it's eh.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is in it. I mean, that tells you how old it is. First of all, yeah.
Scary Movie. It was my first time seeing it since I was like early teens. Like we're talking like 13 years old.
Did you take his strong hand?
It wasn't. It was the first Scary Movie.
Oh,
the second one
is strong.
Second
hand,
one is the strong.
Yeah.
Dude, Scary Movie is a funny movie.
The first two.
Yeah.
Some
of it's really dumb. Like there's some really bad jokes and some really dumb shit. But man,
there's some good shit in there.
When it's funny, it's really funny. And now that I'm older, there's shit in there that I definitely wouldn't have noticed before.
Yeah, for sure.
That I get, and I'm like, that is smart and that is funny. And on top of that, it's been so long since I've watched it that I forgot like basically the whole movie,
which is
right?
the best. That's the best when
like
you get that.
I knew of some of the really big things that were going to happen, but for the majority of it, I totally forgot. So I was like into it. It's like it was a good Halloween movie for us to watch because it wasn't a serious horror movie. It's a dumb comedy, but it had horror elements to it, and it was making fun of horror movies. So it was good.
It's good. Like the first couple were good. They fell off in quality very quickly.
Fell off real bad.
But yeah, no, definitely really, really good. So there you go. I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's good.
I think that's it. I have no idea what our runtime has been on this,
Probably
but
a little over 2 hours.
yeah. So I think that's pretty good. So that's gonna be it for this technical alpha. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already heard, the Patreon link has changed. I'm still in the midst of trying to find all of the runaway links that I posted places and updating them, but it is patreon.com/LAGTV now. It is no longer /technical alpha. It's now /LAGTV. So patreon.com/LAGTV if you want to join us there and help us get towards the goal of continuing to produce Retroverses.
We're trying to hit the 5K. I think that's the next big stretch goal.
We're trying to hit the 5K, which is about 1,600 off of where we are now, and that gets us, when we're at the 5K, in a month, within that month, you get
everything.
When Cheese Fails.
You're getting When Cheese Fails. We're going to do When Cheese Fails anyways because we owe you that for the charity.
For the charity.
But
general,
beyond that, we're going to be doing When Cheese Fails, normal games, NovaWar Says, and Retroverses. Plus the podcast.
There's content coming out
there's
your
a ton
ears.
of content. So if you guys are enjoying the podcast and you want to send in replays for StarCraft, all you need to do is be at least $1. I think that's like the beginning tier for When Cheese Fails.
When Cheese Fails is $1.
And then it's $5, I think, for
the regular stuff.
For the regular ass normal games that you want to send in. All the information is on the page, so head on over there. We thank you guys, and we already posted 1 Retroverses. We recorded 3 of them today, 3 Super Nintendo games.
Yes.
Michael Jordan, Curse
Chaos,
of something.
Chaos in the Windy City.
That's out right now, so you can head on over to youtube.com/Life'sAGlitchTV. And then the next one is going to be really good. It's Alfred Chicken.
Alfred Chicken.
That's a trolly-ass game. It's funny.
It's good stuff.
And then the next one after that was Carnage something.
Total Carnage.
Total
or
Carnage,
or something like,
which is
Total Carnage, right there.
Which is a gong show.
It's a bad game.
It's it's a gong show. So head on over there. Go check out all the content. It's free to open to everybody. So head on over there. And that's it. Thank you guys.
That's going to be it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for stopping by and watching live or listening any and everywhere where this is available for RSS feeds. We will see you guys next week, same time. Well, actually, I'm not going to say same time because we haven't really nailed down a consistent time. We'll see you next Thursday. It will be on a Thursday. Yep. And we'll see you then. So until then, peace.